I'm so confused on the ending of this season. Does that mean Wench demoted Holt?
Maybe. I have no idea. I did not watch anything past, like, a certain point.
I know, honey. We know.
And, I'm trying to remember, in general.
Everything.
Because, like, yeah, I'm just trying to remember everything. It just seems like every episode is kind of like, passes, and I keep forgetting which one was in which season.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And today, as we were talking about just now, we are talking about season 6 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you haven't seen seasons 1 through 5 review, you can go on the channel and find them. But yeah, after this we have 2 more seasons. So this season consisted of 18 episodes. Well, I actually looked this up. Season 7 consists of 13, and season 8 consists of 10.
Okay.
Which is fucking crazy. So, to make it a little easier on us, we're going to be making season 7 and 8 one video. Is that cool with you, honey? Because of how short it is compared to this season, which was 18 episodes, I thought that'd be easier instead of just doing 2 separate ones. So, yeah. Anyway, let's talk about season 6. Few notable things to think about and talk about. 1, we actually get to meet Rosa's girlfriend. I forgot her fucking name.
Like, do you even remember her name?
She was really pretty, though. I liked her. Let's talk about that first. What do you think about Rosa's girlfriend being introduced? Like, she's actually being introduced.
She's not on screen that long, so I have no opinion on her.
You have no opinion?
Yeah.
I'm happy that we actually get to see Rosa have a love interest, actually. Like, I'm happy about that. I just wish she was in more episodes, though. Or at least, I want to get an episode where she goes on a date with her girlfriend. Like, please? Can we get, like, more Rosa interaction with girlfriend, please? Mm-hmm. Like, come on. Give us something. They almost broke up, which I thought was funny. But at least they're still together. And Rosa's got good taste in women. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, but she's got good taste in mostly anyone because
she bisexual.
She can handle it.
Also, she is bisexual.
Yes.
Woo! Anyway, so, what'd you think about us actually getting to see Rosa's girlfriend? I thought it was nice. That we actually get to see...
It was fine. She was not on screen much, so I don't really have an opinion on it. I was just like, okay, she can date whoever she wants to.
Okay.
She, after, like, I don't know, like, after... I think after they revealed her to be bisexual, she was featured, like, her, like, she wasn't featured, I guess, as, much, because I just don't think nothing really, like, came about with her, like, progressing her character more this season.
Which is kind of sad, because, like, we literally could have had an episode where she kind of reconciles with her mom. Like, we kind of see that...
Was it this season?
Yeah, it was this season.
Oh.
Like, her mom basically came in for, like, the very last part of the episode, and then the episode ended. Mm-hmm. So we don't really get to see her reconciling with her mom, even if she did or not. Because that would have been an interesting episode, and I feel like that's something we should have definitely got.
Like, the only thing that I could think of that was, like...
Regarding this plot?
A little bit, like, progressing was, like... Amy and Jake had a discussion about having a kid, but that's about it.
Well, I was going to get to that, but I wanted to talk about Rosa's thing really quick first. We'll come back to the whole Jake and Amy thing.
Okay, you remember more of the season than I do.
Which is funny.
They just blend in together for me at this point.
But yeah, so I did wish we had an episode where we actually get to see Rosa and her mom reconciling in a sense. We don't really get to see it It's basically briefly shown and mentioned, and that's really it. We don't really get much else involving that, which is kind of sad, especially because they made such a big deal out of her being bi. Mm-hmm. I feel like that would have been a nice little thing to have in the series, especially with a main gay character and a bisexual character being in the show, even though she was introduced as bi later on, compared to Holt, who's been like that since the series started. It would have been interesting to see what they would have done with that. I don't know if it's just because, like, they're trying to wrap up the series, or maybe it got canceled or something. Because didn't you say it got canceled and then brought back?
I think, don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since I looked up anything about it.
I'm just asking, because you were the one that, like, knows more about it. But anyway, I did wish we got something involving that in this, like, show and stuff like that. I thought it would have been a lot better if they did that. Mm. Especially because, you know, Rose is a main character in the show. So I wish we could have had more of her, like, exploring her sexuality a little bit more. Or at least showing, like, you know...
But it's an ensemble cast, and they're mainly there to tell jokes.
More than
anything. I always thought that maybe it should have been maybe more... I know people... Like, I get why it's popular. It's because it's mostly a comedy. And mostly it just doesn't follow the rules of the real world. Man, how I wish it was kind of like a mix between a comedy and a drama. Because, like, I think it could have...
dove into more serious topics.
Yeah, was the he said, she said part of this season?
What do you mean?
The episode, he said, she said. Was that part of this season?
I think so.
I don't remember.
I think so. But yeah, it's getting to a point where, like, a lot of stuff is kind of blending in together a little bit. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But something, but yeah.
I'll lose that the show was consistent.
I will say this, though, before we move on to, like, the next thing that's going on with the series. I did wish, like I said before, I did wish that we get to see Rosa kind of reconciling with her mom. I feel like that would have rounded out everything, especially with her reconciling with her dad at, like, earlier in, like, either this season or last season. I feel like that would have been, like, a whole circle moment at that point, but I don't know. Maybe they'll eventually do it in a future episode. I kind of hope they do. But if they don't, I feel like that was kind of lost potential in my personal opinion.
Sure. Well, you never know. There's still
There's still, like, 13 episodes next season and then 10 on the last one, so
23.
So yeah, we're almost done the series.
Yep.
So, but yeah, like I said before, we are going to make Season 7 and Season 8's review in one video because I don't see the point of us doing, like, two separate ones, especially with how short they are. So, we're just going to do that to kind of make it a little bit easier on us. And it'll basically be a last hurrah for everything at this point. Anyway, next thing that happened this season, which I'm going to be excited to draw, is Amy and Jake talk about having kids.
Yes.
The whole kids talk got brought up. And they've only been together like a year? That's crazy.
They've been married for a year.
Oh, they've been married for a year.
Yeah.
Which is crazy in and of itself. We still also got to watch Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
But anyway, as I was saying before, we know they got married last season. You guys already know that. I basically drew that as the thumbnail for the last one we did. We get to actually hear about them talking about having kids, which I'm not going to lie. I didn't think we were going to be getting the kid talk this early. I thought we were actually going to get it, like, next season or something. So I was kind of surprised that we had it for this one. I was hoping they were going to wait a little bit longer before they had this talk. Or they were going to, like, not really talk about it on screen and then eventually kind of bring it up or something. I don't know, like a hint of it. But yeah, what did you think of that whole thing? Because I thought it was kind of nice.
I thought it was kind of stupid that she's just like, you know, if I can't have kids with you, I gotta go somewhere else to have kids. And I don't know if that meant breaking up with him, but that was kind of a dick way of saying it.
Yeah, I will admit, I feel like they could have done that a bit better. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand she was a bit upset of that fact, because apparently Jake thought they were talking about water parks. I feel like they kind of made Jake really stupid in that moment. Am I the one that thinks that?
Yeah, probably.
A little bit.
Sometimes the show can sometimes
make him a little dumb-dumb.
Yeah, make him a little bit dumb-dumb.
Which I get, because he kind of was a dumb-dumb for a while. But I feel like it's gotten to a point in the show where they should have just, like, not done that as often. Or, like, anymore, really. He can have his moments here and there, but I feel like we're, like, 6 seasons in. You don't really need to be showing him being the dum-dum anymore. Like, come on. He's kind of grown out of that a little bit. Like, am I right or no?
Yeah, probably.
But, yeah. I like that they actually decided to have that talk. It would be interesting to actually see Jake be a dad, especially with his daddy issues, honestly. I'm curious to see how he would be. But at the same time, I don't know how they would actually be with kids, though. Because the only time we really see them interacting with, like, kids or anything having to do with...
he's like a godfather to, like...
Terry's kids.
Yeah, to at least one of Terry's kids. And he's, like, you know, he's kind of also kind of an uncle to Boyle's kid. A little bit.
So... Like, besides that, we don't really, like, see how they are with just, like, kids in general. Like, we've only seen... Like, we've seen them babysit, like, kids. I don't know if we've seen... I know we've seen Amy and Jake babysitting, like, Terry's kids. I think we've only seen Jake babysit Boyle's kid. I don't think Amy's actually...
Also, like, Barbarians on Netflix, if you wanted to.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
But I was saying, like, I don't think we actually see Amy interacting with Boyle's kid, like, at all. Like, honestly. I don't think we've seen a single moment where these two have interacted. Like, I don't know how she is around kids that isn't, like, you know, someone's own kids. Like, how would they, like, say they went to, like, a park or something, and then a kid just comes up to them, and then how would they interact with a stranger's kid? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like... I feel like we haven't really seen enough moments to kind of see how they would be as parents. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We've only seen, like, a few glimpses here and there, but most of it's just watching someone else's kids, and I don't really think that's very telling of, like, you know, how will you be with your, you know, your own kids kind of thing. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I'm just saying. It would be interesting to see the dynamic, but I feel like it's something that they should have explored at least a little bit more than, like, you know, what we've had so far. I think we've only seen, like, them interact with kids at least 2 or 3 times. Like, at least in the show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Stop looking at Netflix, honey.
Shut up.
You're, like, not even in... Like,
I am. I don't have really much to say, except, like, some of it was funny, and, like, it stayed consistent, and...
Don't give the rating yet.
Wasn't, like, I don't know, it wasn't really that big of reveals, like, the other times. And I thought that there will be, because, I haven't seen past it, so all of the big reveals, the plot twists, and all of the comedic bits, I think for me are in, like, seasons 1 through 5, and then the rest is probably, like, you know, just going through the stuff, going through the motions. I don't know. I haven't seen.
But yeah, I am curious to see how they go with the whole kid talk in the future. I like that Jake is still kind of open to the idea, but, like, he's kind of nervous about it, which I don't blame him for. He's got daddy issues. Sometimes...
Daddy issues.
Oh, my God.
Mommy issues.
But you know what I mean, right? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I understand.
It's one of those things to where I'm curious to see where it goes from here. Mm-hmm. And I already know probably them talking about kids is going to be what the thumbnail's going to look like. That's definitely the thumbnail for this one, in my opinion. Next one we get to talk about really quick is that Terry finally did the lieutenant's exam, and apparently he was supposed to be transferred out, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Because when Amy was brought up with that, no one batted an eye with her being transferred. But as soon as Terry mentioned it, oh shit, Terry's probably going to be transferred, which is kind of crazy. You would think with all the people in there, they wouldn't do that, right? Jay! The mic picked that up. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry, man. I needed to let one out, you know? When you need to let one out, you gotta let it out, you know?
Do you have to do it with the phone so close?
Yes, I did.
Jay, no.
Yes.
Anyway. As I was saying, like, Terry finally did the lieutenant's exam. It's kind of been teased about in the other seasons that, oh, he needs to do it and he ends up not doing it. He actually doesn't and pass, and I'm actually surprised that they went down that route. What do you think of that, honestly? Like, him being a lieutenant and possibly being transferred out. Like, what do you think?
Well, he didn't.
I know, spoiler alert, he didn't, but the kind of anticipation of it, I guess, what do you think of it?
I didn't think, well, it wasn't taken as seriously, so I knew it wasn't going to happen. So he was just worrying about nothing.
I guess.
I don't know. I won't care if it's actually put actual stakes into it, but I know when the show is taking it, is not going to take it seriously. I don't know.
I get it. I'm just asking your opinion on it.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have just went and got it over with. I feel like they shouldn't have, like, tried to drag it on for, like, an entire episode. Also, I find it funny that instead of doing a Halloween episode heist, they said, let's do one for Cinco de Mayo. Mm-hmm. Now, that was interesting. And the fact that Terry actually won was so funny. He literally got painted as a gold statue for nothing.
Yeah.
Another thing I was surprised at. Gina bringing back for a brief cameo, in a sense. I guess, what did you think of, like, Gina's dynamic in that? Because apparently she's been ignoring, like, all her friends. I don't know if that's, like... I don't know why they decided to do that. Like, she cares about her friends. Like, what the fuck? She's not that self-centered.
She kind of is.
But, like, not to that extent. Like...
Yeah, not to that extent, but, like...
They kind of made her a dick. Not gonna lie. They kind of made her, like, more of a dick.
Well, if they only had one episode with her, probably that would be that would be the logical way to go, I guess. But it doesn't mean that I have to like it.
I'm still surprised they even, like...
I don't...
Go ahead, sorry.
I just, it's kind of like meh. Like, it's not that I didn't like this season. It was just kind of like, just the same. Didn't really surprise me or anything like that. It was just kind of...
Do you feel like it's one of the worser seasons?
No, it's not the worst season. I don't think there's a worse season. I mean, I heard season 8 is kind of... Like, I heard that the last season's, like, ups and downs. Depending on, because of the time that it was coming out.
Interesting.
But I think it's consistent. But I'll have to see, like, I'll have to finish it in order to say if it is consistent or not.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I guess, do you have anything else to say about this season? Oh, wait, one more thing. Apparently, at the end of the season, once... I'm gonna assume... Well, let's just say that he Holt got demoted. Because he's basically a traffic guard at the end of it. Like, what did you think of that? Because to me, I don't know if they technically demoted him or if they just, like...
I don't know either.
Making him do community service or what? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess they're going to talk about it next season. I don't know why they went that route either. I thought that was kind of dumb. Like, at least it wasn't, like, super high stakes compared to, like, the last season. Other than that, I don't really have too much else to say about this season, other than the fact that, like, Scully has a fucking twin brother? Mm-hmm. Like, what? Why didn't we get this storyline sooner? Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy to think that he has a twin brother. Like, I was surprised we even got that. But yeah, anyway. In my opinion, the only memorable thing about this season was the fact that Amy and Jake were talking about kids.
Yeah.
That's really it. Like, this season didn't really have too much going on with it. It was just, like, very simple plot lines. Like, nothing kind of, like, stood out. Other than the fact that, like, Kevin's finally becoming more of a badass in a few episodes. I like that he was in more of the episodes this time. I was happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like, it's, like, okay. Like, this season's, like, okay. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Like, I feel like it was just mid. Can we agree it's mid?
I mean, it's mid. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's just
That's why I
mid.
said it's not bad. It's not good, but it's kind of mid.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm just surprised that we even got, like, what we did.
But we will watch season 7 and season 8
And then
just do a whole review of that.
Yeah,
and then we will be done with the show, and I'll give my full rating then.
Same here, of, like, the whole show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, before we give our ratings, just so you guys know, since season 7 and 8 are basically halves of a full season, which was, like, 24 episodes, we are going to be making the last video for this, both seasons, just to make it a bit easier on us, and also for the fact that, what's the point of us doing 2 separate episodes if it's literally 13 episodes and 10? Let's just put it in one.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only reason we didn't do that with this was because it was still, like, a bunch of episodes.
So what do you give this rating?
Compared to the other seasons, it's not as good as the other ones, but it's not bad either. It's kind of on the lower end of how good they are, honestly. Like, it's not bad. It's not good either. It's just, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of mid. That's really the only word I can think of to describe it. It's just mid.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
I'll probably give it, like a 5.5. I think it's alright. It's not bad. I just feel like they could have done more with it. Honestly. At least, like, with what they had. I feel like they could have done a lot more with this. What about you? What do you give it out of 10?
I just said a 6 out of 10.
You give it a 6?
Yes.
But yeah, so, we are going to be doing the last 2 seasons as one video, and then we're basically done Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then we'll have a few other little things, and then we'll start our Halloween stuff, Thanksgiving special, and then Christmas stuff, and then end of the year, and that's basically the season.
Okay.
It's a lot shorter compared to our other seasons because Jay didn't want to do as much as we normally do. But anyway, I'm not going to be putting my bean under the bus because he does not need to be under the bus. There is no bus. Hugs, Bean. I love you. Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be the end of the video for today. I don't really have too much to say for outro, but yeah. Any thoughts before we end it? No?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. And as always, I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And we're out. Bye, guys.